What's going on, guys? 안녕하세요. 감사합니다. Kedu. And hey, man. So we're live right now. Trying to get some live in. Make this so the windows not making any noise. But we're right here right now trying to go on live and try to tell you guys that, hey, it's another great week. And this week is heading towards Labor Day. There's some new information that I want to share with you guys relating to the car sharing industry. I don't know if you guys are aware, but car sharing is taking a turn for the better. Some people are like, oh no, it's not really taking a turn for the better. It's taking a turn for the worse. But I don't know. Whatever you're thinking, I mean, you can think whatever you think, but I'm just letting you know what I know for a fact that's happening right now within car shares. A lot of people in the industry have been making some overtures into the car sharing space, but I'm not sure that they actually understand exactly what needs to happen when it comes to car sharing. And the reason I'm saying that is uh, I just heard some news that Turo is putting in place. Turo apparently is going to now let you rent trucks for your car share business. They're going to allow people to use trucks in car sharing. I think that's a good development. I mean, what do you guys think? Renting trucks is dependent on the distance. So, for example, if you're going to rent a truck to somebody that's possibly looking to use the truck to move, then that's a separate conversation. But if you're renting the truck because you think the truck is gonna give you additional money, but you want to take the truck outside the locations that you normally do business, then that's probably gonna cost a lot of money. And the reason I say that is the mileage and the wear and tear on your car is gonna be so much that people are not gonna know. Anyway, just wanted you guys to know that the chat lines are open. If you do come on the chat lines, I want you to be respectful. So go ahead and tell us where you're from and what brought you to car shares and what you're looking to accomplish this new week in your neck of the woods. Because remember, everything you do is up to what you want to make of it. In other words, don't expect things to happen without you being involved. Also, when you join this live, go ahead and hit the smash button. That lets us know that you're live and that you're going to be part of the conversation. Additionally, if you could do me a quick favor, subscribe to the Carshares YouTube channel. When you subscribe to the Carshares YouTube channel, it's going to let people know that you are a customer or somebody that's into the live that wants to learn. Like, learning is fundamental. You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, what's going on, guys? I see you guys from Miami, Florida, my neck of the wood. I'm from Miami. Actually, no, I'm not from Miami. I meant to say I'm from Florida, Tampa, Florida. A little bit up I-75, okay? But in any case, I see you guys, you support Trump. Can you tell me why you support Trump in 2024? Give me a quick update on why you support Trump. Because right now the debate is scheduled early in September, and now it's time to start thinking, okay, what do we need to do as a collective to improve the situation? A lot of people are talking about high gas prices and, hey, what's going on? Another good morning. High gas prices, high grocery prices, and I'm still not understanding what the concrete steps would be to actually make it where we're not paying too much for gas prices. We're not paying too much for groceries. We're not paying too much to buy a home. A lot of people have been priced out of homes. They can't even afford it. Even if they had the down payment, before they make an offer, somebody from, I don't want to use this, but somebody from Timbuktu shows up and says, hey, I think you should give me the money. You should give me the house because I got more money. I could buy the house like outright. I could literally buy the house outright where I don't have to compete. And that's pricing a lot of people. Good morning. Good morning. How you guys doing? That's pricing a lot of people out of the market. Okay? And I don't think it's a fair thing to want to do good by being part of the economy, but then not being able to get the money that you want, right? Not being able to survive. That's a huge problem, folks. And this problem has been ongoing for quite a while, and nobody's talking about it. They're not talking about it because they think, well, if I don't talk about it, nobody's going to care. But I'm here to tell you that there are people that actually care, okay? There are people that care, that want to help. I have to kind of cut in front of these guys so I can make this light. People care, people want to help, but the conversation, to me, is not getting the right ears. You get what I mean? Like, you have the right audience, but you need the right people to be talking about what it is that you care about, to be able to make a difference, right? To be able to make a difference, to be able to change minds, to be able to say, hey, we understand you, we're here for you. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be incumbent upon you and I to make sense of why things are the way they are. Why are things the way they are? I don't like when people drive with no, maybe their lights are out, but they don't know that the lights are out, or they don't have a car that's automatic light. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, you have a nice 9 to 5, 3 side hustles, and to survive anymore. Wow, left hook, you made your sense. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard that you got to go through all that just to put food on the table, just to do what you can do to survive. It's such a sad state of affairs. Now, having said that, what is the solution? Because remember, we got to have the solution. Nobody's going to give us a solution, okay? The solution is not going to come from space. We're not going to have aliens show up and all of a sudden tell us, hey, Earthlings, we found a planet that is almost like Earth. You guys remember what they thinking of telling us? Oh, there's so many planets out there, Earth-like planets that we just found. Yeah, well, if it's so Earth-like planet, why don't you go over there? Okay, but here's the thing too. What if all they're trying to do is mess up what we got going here on Earth, so they can just leave us and nobody's ever going to get anywhere? Could that be what's going on? I don't know, because I'm exploring some of this stuff that don't make sense, and I'm thinking, why and how could this be, and how could people let people do this kind of stuff? Okay, so again, I'm gonna go back to what I was talking about Turo, because again, remember, my channel is devoted to car sharing, and it's for select individuals that want to learn about the car industry. And oh, by the way, if you're interested in learning about some of my coaching plans, the link is in the description somewhere below. Additionally, you can get some of my books that I've written, and those are all ebooks. I've been getting ebooks out lately. What I've been doing right now, I've been cooking in my kitchen, and I'm just sharing some pristine, very delicious cuisines. Okay, the inspirations for these cuisines range from range from African, and also basically, I can just walk into my kitchen and I cook whatever I want. And now I'm sharing that with my audience. So feel free to check out the videos. After you check out those videos, feel free to then check out the ebooks. And so I was talking about Turo basically making it possible to use box trucks. Box trucks. Basically, if you don't know what that is, it's basically like walk trucks. Like, you've seen people try to like move stuff around, you know. So if you're a Turo host now, you can actually do this stuff. If you get what I mean, you can do this if you're a Turo host. So that's, to me, it's a good thing. If you're a Turo host, being able to move, right? So that's a good thing. The other good thing that I see coming out of this whole thing right now is that Turo has been such a great partner that Turo is now helping people to understand exactly what it's like to grow your revenues, right? You gotta be able to grow your revenues. Growing your revenue doesn't mean that you just have money to waste. By no means is that what that means. It means you're looking and you're saying, hey, things are changing and I want to be able to be part of that change, right? Things are changing and I want to be able to grow my revenue because that's the right thing to do. I'm not going to be able to grow my revenue by standing still. there has to be innovative products and services that are introduced to allow you to then optimize optimize your revenues. Okay, and one of the products, in addition to the box trucks revenue stream, okay, is that Turo is now allowing the host to rent their cars to the gig economy workers. I'm going to say that again. Turo is now allowing hosts to rent their cars to the gig economy workers. To me, that's huge. That is huge. And here's why I think it's huge. I think it's huge for this primary reason. Turo, I think, is trying to get into the market for Get Around. Get Around, I don't know if you guys know, it's not a direct competitor, but by Turo making this move, they're now making Get Around a competitor. And what Get Around does, it rents or allows the people that own the vehicle to rent these vehicles out to gig economy workers. They can rent it for 30 days, 60 days, and whatnot. So if you have vehicles on Turo that you don't even want to see, but you want to enable those vehicles to help somebody else make money in this economy, that's a good thing. And it goes back to what I was talking about. What are the solutions, right? What are the solutions to the problems that we're having, economic problems? So this is a solution, car rental industry perspective, that could help increase revenue, and then also could help people take care of their families, could help them take care of their responsibilities. Yes, side hustles are a way of life today, but I'm here to tell you that if you pick the right side hustle, you put yourself in a better situation to get ahead economically. So that's one. Secondly, not to digress from the car rental space, but I could also link that to a policy that's basically shown up in this 2024 election cycle, and that is, folks are promising to get rid of the taxes on tips. No, I'm not on my way to work. I'm actually working. This is my job. This is my job. I'm in the car sharing business. I thought, hey, there's some awesome news I want to share, and I'm going to go live and I'm going to talk about it. And chances are people are going to be up. I'm going to be just like your radio. Basically, if you're on your way to work, you're watching stuff live, then you're watching me. You're having a conversation. If you're in the rideshare industry and you're going to go pick somebody up, you tune into this channel. I want this to be where you tune in every morning. If not every morning, you can catch up on my other videos. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. But the other topic I was talking about, I just kind of laid the framework for that, is they saying, hey, we are not gonna tax the gig economy people, or for that matter, we're not gonna tax you if you make money from tips. I really think that's an awesome idea, because you can then conceivably say that money that was supposed to be going to the coffers can now be reinvested by those folks. You know, if you make money from tips. As a matter of fact, the last I checked, the gig economy folks make money from tips. That would also mean that any money you make from, say, your Turo or your Uber or your Lyft, you can put in your pocket if it's a tip, right? So I don't know how that's gonna work, but again, I just think these are good strategies and policies that can help solve this problem that people are having right now. All right. So another topic, I think I kind of touched upon on this yesterday when I was live, is the topic of equity. And when I say equity, please don't think about what everybody's thinking equity is now. That's not what I'm talking about. Equity for economic injustice. Okay? Equity for economic injustice. And when I say equity for economic injustice, I'm very specific. I'm saying, hey, look, there were things that were done to some folks that uh, that basically put them in an economic disadvantage. And because of that, there's nothing wrong with providing equity for economic justice. Okay? Adriana, what's going on? Let me see. I see your message is restricted. I don't know why. Do you have something to talk about that's not gonna make your message get restricted? Yeah, just keep your message very specific and clean. It's not gonna get restricted. But I'm happy you joined the live. So equity for economic injustice has to do with something called reparations. Okay? They did reparations in South Africa. They did a Truth Reconciliation Committee. Germany went through a whole bunch of that stuff and paid reparations for what they did. It's time for reparations to be paid here in the United States of America for what was done to black folks. You may not like it, but it has to be done. Okay? Because what was done over 400 years, and also I'm also adding the continent of Africa, I'm also adding the Caribbean countries, I'm adding all that stuff, and also South America, because in South America, they are still perpetuating the injustice that was done to black folks. Some South American countries are more racist than the United States. In fact, some South American countries have completely systematically attempted to wipe out their black race. Shame on them. So yeah, reparations needs to be on the debate. It needs to be a question that's asked of Trump and Kamala. What is your position on reparations for black people? It's not for everybody, sorry. Black folks. Because the economy is bad, but how bad do you think it is for black people? How bad do you think the economy is for black people? Black people catch the worst of everything. They catch the worst when it comes to economics because their stuff was stolen. Even today, people are still stealing stuff from the Congo so they can have a cell phone like this, right? Do you know that down in the Congo, children work down in the mines to mine precious metals, that without those precious metals, there won't be modern civilization like we know. We're not going to have a cell phone. We're not going to have things to build some of these satellites that folks want to use to disappear. Because you know what they want to do? They want to make it so bad on Earth. And I guess they're going to get Elon Musk and some people to get on some plane and leave Earth. Somebody not old as hell. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay? That's what's going on, folks. So somebody's old. Yeah, one of them candidates should never be running for no president. That's what I think. They shouldn't be running for president because they're kind of old. Yeah, old age is a good thing, but some require you to use 150% of your mental capacity. And in those kind of jobs, I'm a big believer there should be an age limit to it. The age limit isn't to stop other people. I just think age limits are a good thing. Let me let this guy go so they can run to their job. I'm not running anywhere. All right, so yeah, run to your job. You're 9 to 5. Nothing wrong with 9 to 5. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I'll let them run to 9 to 5. But yeah, so what do you guys think about what I'm talking about? Because I'm making sense. But here in Florida, I know somebody's from Miami. You've seen them try to erase history, throw away books, ban books from libraries. Ask, what exactly are they doing that for? Like, who is that going to help? Do they think by banning books and erasing the history that people are going to forget what happened? Oh, no, you're not going to forget because generationally, these stories are told. All right. You see people try to travel to other countries and look at they marvel at the way ancient people were able to do what they did thousands of years ago. So yeah, the history of the earth is still around, folks. You can't erase it. So yeah, just go ahead and chime in. Again, the chat lines are open. As you join this chat, I want you to hit thumbs up button. Also, consider subscribing to this Carsharing YouTube channel where we tackle all kinds of problems. And we'll give you a fresh perspective on some of the emerging issues that we have today and how you can actually make things better. Because believe it, you got the power to make things better. Don't rely on once a 4-year election cycle, or once every 2 years election cycle, or once every 6-year election cycle to actually know that you are powerful enough to make a difference. Okay? You are powerful enough to make a difference, and that difference begins with you. It doesn't begin with me. I can talk about some stuff that may help you make that difference, but that is something that needs to happen. You can make a difference. But yeah, so going back to car sharing, it kind of got me thinking, if Turo is going to open up the car sharing space to gig economy workers, if Turo is going to say, hey, if you have a rental truck, a box truck, you can actually utilize that box truck to make money as a Turo host. If Turo is going to say, we are not going to be too restrictive when it comes to allowing people to make money. Okay, guys, I'm going to do a maneuver here, which is, I got it. There we go. If Turo is going to say, hey, we're going to let people make money with their cars, irrespective of what it is, to me, I think that's a good idea. That's a good business proposition that people can take advantage of, right? But having said that, I'm interested and I'm curious to know what your thoughts are with respect to revenue optimization. This is why I don't drive some days. I'm actually going to go chill somewhere, but then I got to go through this 9 to 5 people. I hate driving. Yeah, anyway, yeah. But yeah, it's a rat race, man. And I'm gonna throw another idea at you guys. Tell me if I'm way off the mark on this one. Nah, I gotta turn. Okay, I'll turn. Let me get off this road. I'm sick of this shit. Alright, cool. Revenue optimization. So I'm going to take that one step further. What if you're in a situation where, and what I'm saying right now, just take that with a grain of salt. What if you're in a situation where you don't have to work? Again, I'm not talking about welfare. That's not what I'm talking about. What if you're in a situation where you didn't have to work? Okay? But you still can maintain, oh, somebody they run out of gas. Sorry. You're in a situation you don't have to work, but you can be taken care of by the government. Don't call it socialism, because that's not what that is. And I'll tell you why that is possible for the government to take care of you. That's what they do in certain Middle Eastern countries, because they make so much money off of revenues from their oil, they can afford to actually take care of their populace. Okay? They can afford to say, hey, we make so much money from folks that we're going to take care of our folks. Life was cheaper under Trump. How cheaper? Don't just say that Joe Rogan for president. You know what? That guy, I like his podcast. How was life cheaper under Trump? You need to be specific. Left hook lazy 3232. My Florida brethren. How was life cheaper under Trump? And not just tell me about grocery prices either. Okay, don't tell me about fuel. How was life cheaper under Trump? Leave what your thoughts are on somewhere in the chat somewhere. How was life cheaper under Trump? I want to know. Okay. And do you think that just because you have a high gas and grocery and housing bill that means life is cheaper? Or do you know for a fact that these companies that just hike up pricing, that if nobody puts an end to their unscrupulous business practices, that they're gonna continue to blame it? Because you know what typically happens, right? I'm gonna stop right here. You know what typically happens, right? This guy was trying to run away so he can go fast. Now he's stuck in the red light. Oh my God. Okay, but what typically happens, and this is the sad part of this stuff, is a lot of people that work at these companies and these corporations are human beings just like you and I, right? But for some reason, when a company has a policy that's contrary to social norms, they don't have an incentive to think the other way. They don't have an incentive to say, you know what, this might impact people's ability to survive, and invariably it will impact their ability to come to work, which would mean that if we don't have workers, it could actually impact our bottom line. They don't think like that because they're always thinking about what? The bottom line. That's just it. They're thinking about the bottom line because that's all they care about. Okay? So consider that observation that I made with, what if there's enough money to go around? What if there's enough money to go around to the point where you don't have to, this little crazy guy, I bet you they're gonna want to get in front of me, but no, they didn't. Okay. What if there's enough money to go around? Okay. The people are just driving like crazy, just try to go sit at a 9-to-5 job. And you know what's funny too about this 9-to-5 job? At the end of the day, after you put in like 20 to 30, 40 years of service working at a job, and you become quote unquote retired, you spend another 30 years trying to survive because your retirement check is not enough. Think about that stuff. So that means you spend 100 years not doing anything, just on a survival mode. That's why you need to be an entrepreneur. If you can ever start something for yourself, no matter how small, even if you make 1 penny from that, it's your stuff. Do it for you. I love this car. So, in case you're wondering what this time I'm driving, this is a 2019 BMW i8 Roadster. It's a hybrid, so that means I could drive it in electric mode, and it makes some amazing sounds. And I could drive it in a sports mode. When I put it in sports mode, it's a beast. Okay, yeah. And this particular color that I have is copper, so it gets so much. People just like looking at it, but I'm not any different than anybody. I like exotic cars, so I drive them. And I use them to do promotions, and I rent it out on Turo, like I said. If you can start a side hustle, do it. Don't wait for somebody to tell you that you got to sit at a job for 40 years and you still ain't making no money from this GBD job. And then you got to retire from this job, and they're giving you like peanuts just so you can quote unquote survive. Don't let nobody lie to you like that. There's more to life than a 9-to-5. But if you can get a 9-to-5, hold it, because steady income is better than no income. See what I'm telling you? Steady income is better than no income. Because you don't want to be in a situation where you don't have any money whatsoever. That's a sad situation to be in. And it leads to a bunch of homelessness. I see it right here in front of me. City of Tampa. There's a lot of homeless people here. And I let you know what something else that happens in terms of the economy. People come down here to Florida thinking, oh, it's nice and everything, which it is, but the job market isn't catching up with the cost of living. So to your point, life was cheaper under Trump. Perhaps it was, but we'll have to break it down to know exactly to what extent it actually was cheaper. Another thing I'm gonna also offer to you guys to see what you think about it is, remember how I say some people, some countries actually pay their folks money, and you know, under Trump, the policy was, you know, they were gonna do a fracking, and then when Biden came on board, they got rid of that stuff. Right now, they have something called sustainability, and that sustainability has its reporting requirements, and over in Europe, it's huge. Okay, sustainability reporting is now picking up speed. So, from an environmental perspective, companies at some point and governments would have to do analysis on, hey, look, if we do this, this is the impact to the environment, right? And there's a cost to that. There's a cost to that. So that's another area you might consider going into if you're an entrepreneur, right? So there's a cost to that. Bill Yador, what's going on, guy? So I was talking about sustainability, and so imagine a situation where there is enough oil that you can get from fracking, and that leads to increased revenue, okay? And then instead of keeping that revenue, you give it back to the folks. Such a scenario could be helpful. You know what I mean? Yeah. Such a scenario could be helpful. And what I'm saying is, it's possible for that to happen. It's possible because I think it is. Would you call that socialism if that were the case? I don't think that's socialism. Okay? So, and that's the thing. A lot of people need to think before they just slap labels on stuff. Slap a bunch of labels, you know, and like, you know, when Clinton was running, you cannot put lipstick on a pig. But a lot of people like to do that stuff. Slap a lipstick on the pig and call it something else. And they want you to believe that that's what it is. They want you to not use your brain to think. Okay? But I want you to use your brain to think. I want you to use your brain to decipher the difference from A and B. I want you to be able to say, hey, some of the stuff I'm hearing don't make absolutely no sense, and I'm not going to believe what you're telling me. All right? So I want you to do that level of analysis. Get over here and to be able to come up with the right objectives. I got this light. All right, but yeah, that's really what I'm talking about. I drive around and I look at situations, I look at scenarios, and I try to make sense out of it. Because we do have to make sense out of some of this stuff. All right? And when it doesn't make sense, you need to be intelligent enough to ask the right questions. Not just go, hey, don't believe anything you see or read. That's true. Tim D, don't believe anything you see or read on the internet. You know? And you guys know these days, even the news media is not completely truthful. We call them news media, and we think we're going to get all our information from them, and they're going to be honest brokers, you know, of information. But I've come to find out even that is a lie. Nobody's an honest broker anymore. Nobody is this light right here is always GD. Okay, I got it. What the hell? This is so much fun. Jesus. What a monster. All right, yeah. Pardon me for having a little excitement in my morning. All right, GT, you wanna race a little bit? I'm making this light. I'm a monster. All right, I'm in a safe spot now. What so much fun. All right, so what was I talking about before this excitement? Completely forget. But do you guys know, and I saw the statistics, that short and long-term memory, the things that are responsible for that. So like, I know what I just did now released a bunch of endorphins. Like, it made me feel good, right? But did it also take away my memory? I don't know. You know, I was talking about, I was talking about the news media. Now I remembered it. But I had some endorphins released because I pushed this car to enjoy it a little bit, right? Because some people buy cars and never enjoy it. Like this Tesla right here. Like, yeah, I have a Tesla. That's another conversation. Elon Musk has destroyed the Tesla brand. If I was driving that, I have to tires or license. I don't know. Give it some year, boy. Tim, what's up, buddy? But yeah, I gotta have fun. You know, I have fun. I'm not just gonna drive some exotic looking car and I never push it. So, matter of fact, this is a BMW. You know what I learned? They make BMWs to be pushed. If you have a BMW, push it. I also have a BMW M4 competition. That car is a monster. Okay, but people like to test it. They talk a lot of shit about, oh no, it's just an M4 competition. Like, well, meet me somewhere in the road and I'll show you what it is. Oh, it's just it doesn't have an X drive. No, I don't need an X drive to kick your butt. In fact, I don't need a competition version to kick your butt. I just need a plain old regular M4. Right? Yeah, this car's they're made for speed. Okay? And one thing I've learned about BMW, they don't advertise the horsepower. Truth in lending, they don't. I'm gonna have to stop on this light. They don't tell you how powerful the cars are. So I guess because they don't want to pay fees. I don't know. But they're road legal. One thing about Germans, they sure can. The Germans are geniuses when it comes to engineering. Okay? I used to be an AMG fan until I started paying too much money to service them. But I still do have an AMG that's classic. And I'm just holding it. I'm holding it because I think that AMG is probably, in the next 5 years, it's probably going to be worth $1 million. So classic AMG. But I keep testing in the market and people talking a bunch of shit as usual. Oh no, it's 50,000. I said, go find one then. Oh no, I think it's 40,000. Oh no, it's 2006. It's old. Of course it's old. It's coming up to 20 years. So I'm gonna cash out at $1 million. I'll hold it for another 5 years. Yeah. Oh no, it doesn't look good, but I like the color. Yeah, I know you do. But yeah, so I'm a car fanatic, an enthusiast, and that's why I started Carshares. And if you want to learn more about Carshares, consider joining the channel. And when you join the channel, you get access to exclusive merch. Okay, and you get discounts on the merch. I also offer one-on-one coaching where we talk about strategies in the car rental industry, and also how you can optimize your revenues if you want to be part of the entrepreneurial ecosystem. I have over 27 years in entrepreneurship, and I'm bringing that to bear here in social media, where we discover, analyze, and look at opportunities to help you better withstand economic calamity that we find ourselves in. Talking about the economy and the recession, I have a book called The Ensuing Recession. There's a link somewhere in the description below. Go ahead and click that book, and you can get it from Amazon on paperback or for your Kindle device if you have one. But that's all I wanted to say. I appreciate you guys hanging out and talking with me. I'm gonna go ahead and sit down somewhere and do some more analysis, and I'll be bringing you exclusive videos. Oh, I forgot to mention, when you become a member of the Carsharing YouTube channel, you get access to some of the exclusive videos that I have before they get released. Dude, I'm waiting, so go. I waved at you. Go. There you go. Go to work. Something wrong with work, but go. Go sit on the clock in the desk. And be there, be on time too. All right, guys. Appreciate you hanging out with me. We're going to be chatting at another time.